Sorry about that.
No problem.
Alright. Well, Dick NutButt here for HJTV with Hilton, I'm going to say your name wrong, Hilton Ariel Ruiz.
No, you can say that then, that's good.
Alright, I got it close enough. Alright, from Zombie with a Shotgun, amazing short. I loved it the second I saw it. I was like, alright, I've got to talk to you about this. So thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today.
No, listen, dude, thank you. Thank you for having me on the show.
And I'm glad to see that it's getting such a good response, too. I've seen you guys gotten a lot of backers in the past week, actually.
Yeah, no, we're doing pretty good. I mean, everybody knows that the Kickstarter thing is it's a hustle. It's something you got to keep on grinding out. Kyle and I, Kyle D. Hester, he's coming to help me produce the project. And he's awesome. He's out in LA and I'm here in New York, so it's perfect because there's the two different time zones.
Yeah,
it works out perfectly. And we have like you said, the first episode, the 5 episodes that we have online is definitely what helps us. Because again, a lot of things with the Kickstarter. A lot of things that go on Kickstarter, especially film, talking about film-wise, it's just an idea. You have a majority of all the things just an idea. Somebody probably developed a script and has this idea, and you try to picture the vision, a division that somebody wants to do from the idea. With Zombie with a Shotgun, this thing was done. It started 4 years ago with the 5 episodes, in a yearly basis going by. And then we have a comic, then we have artwork, but it's just not an idea, something that was already out there. So it helps, when somebody wants to, because people in the Kickstarter, people want to know, oh, why should I invest in your project, so we say, hey, look, if you want to see how we want to do this, you want to feel what we were trying to accomplish, and we'll send them to the first episode, and if they want to see more, they can see more, and say, hey, look, this is what we want to do. This is how this is how you're gonna feel about the film. This is what we want to accomplish in a bigger scale. So we send them there. A lot of times, I would say majority of the times, they love it. They're like, wow, I didn't know this was here. I love this. I definitely would love to back you. So it's again, you got to just. We're doing okay right now. We're about over a little bit over $11,000. We're trying to get to $50,000 as our goal. Of course, it's really hard. But the thing is that the press is definitely giving us a lot of press. We've done over about 20 articles already in the last 2 weeks. We've been doing interviews, podcasts such as this one right here, and the love and the support is there. People are supporting, seeing something that they want to see different than the same old zombie kind of projects that that you see always, the survival, the human trying to survive from the zombies. Let's kill the zombies and let's just keep on going. So that's where we're at right now.
That was exactly what I liked about it. Was I grew up watching a lot of zombie movies, but this was something that I've never seen before, and I honestly hadn't even thought about was seeing somebody infected with a virus and seeing how they're progressing into being zombie, and it's amazing job.
Oh, thank you. I really thank you for those awesome words. And and that's what it is. When we did the first 5 episodes, we definitely wanted to take it more. We wanted to each episode. The goal was to have Aaron, the main guy, to be more zombified, and every episode it was for him to just look more zombified. At the same time, would be the same, the same dude kicking ass, but just be zombified. We didn't get the opportunity because of course everybody has work. People have to. Aaron, who Brandon, who played the main character. He moved out to LA, and he was living here in New York where I'm at. So it was kind of difficult to, schedule. Shooting times because he wasn't here in New York anymore. So we left it out of 5 episodes. But the goal was to keep on going and, definitely see this kick-ass zombie being zombified. And we wanted to keep the project still afloat because it did get popular. It got very popular in a short time, first 2 years. And that's when I met Simone from Italy, who also draws for Near Death Image Comics. We met online, we clicked, he loved my work, I loved his work, and I said, hey look, I want to start a comic, what do you think? So we started throwing ideas back and forth, and I wrote a script, a 20-page script, comic script. He loved it, and then we started from there. And then the Design with Shotguns was getting more popular, and we said, hey, let's take it to the next step, let's see if we can get the feature done.
Nice. So what are you hoping for, like, Zombie with a Shotgun? I already know that's gonna you guys are gonna get back into that. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Are you hoping for sequels, like multiple movie deals with this, or are you wanting to put one out and then keep doing more like online, like doing chapters?
I think whatever, of course, yes, hopefully we could get to the goal. Once we get to the goal, once we be able to have that first, initial feature-length film, I think anything goes. We definitely would love to have a sequel, possibly a series continuing. We can do something online. But it depends what the situation and how the situation could dictate how we can take it to the next level. If it's a sequel, hell yeah. If it's something to go series on the web, let's do it. Or even something on television, series, let's do it. I mean, right now, like I said, there is the fan base is growing and growing, and I think sooner or later, I think this possibly, I'm not gonna say be a brand, because it is a brand. To be something that could be part of the whole American cinema pop culture. Oh yeah,
I think that could happen, because it is, like you're saying, it's a original, something that people haven't seen before, and the more people are gonna see it, I really think it'll be up there with The Walking Dead. Someday it'll be one of those.
That would definitely be awesome. Yeah, Walking Dead itself, it's monster itself. It's just this huge phenomenon. It's great. It's great to have that. But hey, anything anything that touches something close like that would be awesome.
Oh yeah. So when you were growing up, who were your favorite horror writers and directors?
I love The Exorcist. That was one of my favorite horror films. I tend to, I really don't have a favorite. I think there's so many horror films out there, and I think every director has a gem. So if we go with William Friedkin, he has his Exorcist. John Carpenter has his Halloween.
Yeah.
Right. You got Sean Cunningham, Friday the 13th. I mean, dude, that's a classic. We can keep on going. Of course, you got the Nightmare on Elm Street. The late director. Can't believe I forgot his name. Who just passed away. Wes Craven.
Yeah.
You have that. Every horror director has that awesome one gem, that one awesome gem, and I like them all. Everybody loves Halloween. Everyone loves Friday 13th. One of my now that it's coming to me, one of my favorite horror films. It's interesting. Some people may not consider horror or whatever, but I like The Dead Zone. Dead Zone was just an awesome film. It is categorized as a horror film, but it has that sort of like spin that's kind of his movies is good. You had like Videodrome, which is an awesome film. Those kind of like surreal, kind of like horror kind of films. It's kind of like out of the box kind of films, projects I like. And of course you got the George Romero, of course, Not the Living Dead. So I think every director has their one gem, and there's not one that really pops in my head, but and also the moments, horror films, there's these awesome moments that you have that just stays in your head.
Yeah, definitely. So what would be was the inspiration like going inside in the Zombie with a Shotgun? Not only want to do something original, but like what more so would be the inspiration, like Resident Evil kind of zombie-ish, Walking Dead kind of zombie, like.
I tried to, when doing the whole Zombie with a Shotgun, the idea, was for me, to have, the zombie be the hero, this zombie also in love, it sounds a little bit, weird, but, it was just this whole thing that I felt that it was, it was awesome to me, to have some of those two elements put together and everything, and be the savior for the zombies, was so cool, as time went by, it got a little deeper, the whole story, to me, started to become more interesting. I wanted to start basing my zombies basically on people where in real life would have sicknesses, and when we have these weird epidemic diseases, people are afraid of being close to people.
Yeah.
And just for example, like, when the whole AIDS epidemic, HIV epidemic, everybody was afraid, everybody didn't want to be close to people. But at the end of the day, they were human, you can have loved ones, they're human that, wants to just live life and continue life and not be, they want to be accepted by society. So, starting to, bring those ideas and bring them into the script and bring them into future stories, about, just the human nature of life and just the whole thing about just living life and, just not killing zombies just because you want to kill them, and that's one of the slogans that we have for Zombie with a Shotgun, and that's one of our perks that we have in Kickstarter, believe it or not. And it's a bumper sticker that is the slogan is zombies are human too. And so that's where we, where the whole thing started to, I started to say, hey, this is more than, there's a responsibility to tell a story, but a story that really can resonate with people.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that really, over the course of the episodes when people are watching, it definitely portrays, and you can see that, and the character development's just awesome. The acting's amazing. Everything, I can't stress enough how much I love this little series that's been going on in the comics, and I think a lot more people need to see this, because it's something that people haven't seen before, and you guys have done a wonderful job at doing something.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, definitely. And it's like you said, it's just this little series that just got hooked with people, and I think there's this intriguing thing about it. And the first episode definitely is the one that catches people to get into it. I think the whole thing where kind of takes people off is that you watch this first episode that's going on, everything is normal, and then boom, you get to see the zombie kissing his woman, and I think that throws people off right away, like, whoa, wait a minute, where is this coming from, where's the zombie, who's the zombie, why is the zombie doing that? But at the same time, you're still looking at it like, alright, I want to see more. What is going on here? And I think that whole thing just hit people that, okay, this is a little different. I think I've never seen anything like this in a zombie kind of genre. I want to watch more.
Yeah.
And I think that first episode definitely gives that whole thing for people, and it treats people.
Oh yeah, Yeah, that was a wonderful cliffhanger too at the end of the first one. That was honestly what like really hooked me, was seeing the guy coming around the corner with the axe and then the shotgun right in his face. Like, oh my god, what'd he do? Like,
it's cool. And also the music was just, was so great. David Bateman, who came on board to do the music, and believe it or not, we spent so much time on that right music. We just didn't just go in there and just like, okay, here's the music. David gave me, and there's no lie, David gave me, 1,000 tracks. He gave me 1,000 tracks to basically listen. I would listen to all the, and I listened to them. It took me maybe a whole week to listen to these tracks that he had. He said, listen to the tracks, tell me what you like, tell me what kind of sound, and where do you want to go with it. And I remember listening to all the tracks, and I remember coming with like 4 or 5, and I'm like, this is it. This is the theme. And I said, hey David, I want this to be the theme here, but of course change it up, because they were just samples from a lot of music that he's done, a little exercise that he was doing, and I was blown away from the sound, and I said, this is the sound that will make Zombie with a Shotgun. And he was like, cool. So he went, he did his magic, made the music that I liked, and he created its own sort of identity for Zombie with a Shotgun. And I remember the first time hearing it and putting the two together, I was like, wow. I knew that was it. I was like, wow, I love it. And we, and that's what you see in the first episode. Yeah. Oh, you hear in the first episode.
Yeah, and that's one thing I didn't realize until I started editing my music. It can really make or break something. I'll be listening to stuff when I'm editing without any music behind it. I'm like, well, this sounds like shit. And then the right music behind it, I'm like, this is hilarious. Like just the right music, it adds that feel to it. So that's really cool. I didn't realize exactly how long the music process even took behind this. Like this shows exactly how much effort went into this, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah, no, it did. Again, I tell you, we spent time, trying to, doing the right thing, trying to figure out what, especially when it came to the music and everything. It did take a lot of time to figure it out.
Yeah. So, coming up on the end of this here, is there any advice that you would give to anybody who's wanting to make anything themselves, get into doing even comics, short and online series, stuff like that?
Yeah, I do have some advice. I do get a lot of people who direct message me and email me, and actually they do tell me, what do you give advice for somebody that wants to start off in filmmaking, or start off in doing something? And I tell them, and I answer them, because I like to hear and I like to see people like do their thing. I think that the most important thing is having a project that you believe in. Take that one project that it's a passion project. It's something that means something to you, something that that you'll be able to work on for a while. Not something that you're like, this is an idea, I'm gonna do it and see what if it takes off, it takes off. And I really believe that if you take that one project that you believe in and you take your time and you work on it, you work on the craft, you work on the story, you work on your drawings, or whatever it is, you just keep on going for it. And if you believe in it, everybody else will. And they'll start to see, because ultimately at the end of the day, people are investing in you. The people are investing in who you are and your work, and they see who you are and they see that you believe in it. They eventually, the followers will come, the believers will come, and they will be like, okay, we're gonna back this person because this person really puts all his time, his passion, his love, and he or she knows what he's doing. So that's my advice that I tell anybody who wants to start in any sort of art project and wants to take it a long way. And that's the advice that I would give.
That's wonderful advice. Well, again, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me. I know it's really late over there, and
cool. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate you having me here. Anything to plug in, the Zombie with a Shotgun, and hopefully you can spread the love and let everybody know that what we're trying to do. We're trying to change the whole mythology of the zombies, and having our project in Kickstarter and raising the monies. The only way that this film can be made is by the people.
Oh, yeah.
The fans. They're the only ones that can make this project come alive and be a reality. And if you can spread that word, I want everyone, if they can, go to Kickstarter, Google Kickstarter.com or Kickstarter Zombie with a Shotgun. You Google it, it'll come up, and if you just definitely again spread the word, and people could go on it and also watch that first episode. And you can go to Zombie with a Shotgun, Google it, and that first episode actually will be the first thing that will come up on the Google search. Watch it, and I think it makes some people believe, and people make the better decision to be able to pledge, to the campaign.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, well, thanks again, and I hope you have a great night. Maybe we can set up another interview for a few months down the road once you guys get a little further on and see where you guys are. And
sounds like a plan.
All right, well, have a great night, and thanks again.
You too, and thank you.
All right.
Take care.
Have a good one.
You got bitch titties. You got titties so big, they got bitches in them.